Hello, angels, and welcome to Beckon Angels. My name is April Beam. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I am tired and I really feel too exhausted. So I thought it would be a good time to talk about ascension symptoms and the energy of June 30th, July 1st, July 2nd, going into the new moon on July 5th. And I have a frog in my throat and I can't seem to get it out unless I'm live on the air and recording. And then I can seem to clear my throat. Excuse me. It's a thing. But there are so many people that are really struggling. And that's who I really want to talk about and talk to. Myself included, we're all struggling. And I'd like to just put on a happy face and act like everything's great. I'm really so honest though. I'm really not good at faking things anymore. I used to be better at faking and pretending, but I'm not good at that anymore. The Ascension process will put you through that. So if you're feeling alone and isolated and withdrawn and unmotivated and sad and even depressed and like you have a frog in your throat, excuse me, and that you want to withdraw from society, you don't want to be around anybody, you can't handle the energy of other people, you can't even make yourself do anything. You have all kinds of physical, mental, and emotional symptoms, and you think you're going crazy, and your friends are telling you that you're crazy. That's how you know you're not crazy, is when you think you're crazy and your friends are telling you crazy, you're not crazy. I thought that for a long time. And oh my gosh, what I have learned in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever, excuse me again, you're not crazy. You're not losing your mind. This is really happening. I know it's batshit crazy though, isn't it? It's crazy. It is a crazy time to be alive. And we're told that we are the chosen ones and that we signed up for this. We just don't remember. And there are times where I think, well, isn't that convenient that I don't remember? Because I sure as heck would not be signed up for this. This is crazy town. This is crazy. So you're not alone. Obviously, if you need to see a doctor or get some medical help or professional help, then please seek that if you feel so inclined to do that. I would say about 4 years ago, I pretty much quit doing that because they kept telling me it was all in my head and that I was having a panic attack. And so finally, I just learned how to cope with everything on my own. And that's the thing, like being on your own all the time, that's really hard too. It seems like everyone I talk to just wants to be left alone or needs time to recoup, recover, is overwhelmed with life, just can't get anything done because they can't handle one more thing. And I get that. I understand that. I am like card carrying member of the exhaustion club, of the lack of motivation to do anything, even if it's super important and will probably save my life. I just can't seem to make myself do it. And I do want to tell you that that is starting to pass. It's starting to leave. That energy is just starting to dissipate. And that is thanks to the Lord of Karma himself, Saturn, who went retrograde on June 29th, 2024, in the sign of Pisces. So wherever you have Pisces in your chart, in tropical Western whole sign house astrology, wherever you have Pisces in your chart, that is where you will be learning some very tough lessons over, well, it'll be retrograde until November. And then Saturn stays in Pisces until early 2026. So lessons on boundaries, relationships, limitations, where you have been neglecting yourself, forgetting yourself, where you've allowing yourself to be used and abused and taken advantage of by other people, where you have neglected yourself, where you need to learn really important lessons. Really just depends on where it is in your astrology chart. I am an astrologer. I can take a look at your chart, aprilbeam.com, and click on astrology. And the other thing that happened is on July 2nd, Neptune will also be stationing retrograde. And Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces, which is a critical degree. It is like you take a jet and you try to bring that jet in for a landing, right? So it's really important. This is a bit of a wake-up call in the fantasy, illusion, delusion, imagination type department of your life when it comes to addiction, when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to things that are hidden and not seen. Pisces is a water sign, so it's intuition, it's psychic, medium, spirituality. It's all the stuff that so many of us are waking up to. It is an awakening as well. So Saturn and Neptune, both retrograde in Pisces, is a wake-up call. A wake up to your spirit, a wake up to your consciousness, a wake up across the board to get you to see what you have not been seeing, and to do things differently in your life and to see where they need to be changed. Really, really important to know your astrology, and I'm happy to help you out with that. But the other thing to remember is that this ascension process has been really tough this whole year, 2024. And in some ways, some of it is going to dissipate. The lack of motivation, the inability to make a decision, the inability to make a change in your life, that is shifting. It is. I just started feeling it yesterday, and I'm like, oh, thank God. I can maybe finally start getting something done. I've been wanting to get so many things done, and I couldn't do it. I just have not been able to do it, including post more regularly here on the channel. But it's like you're in quicksand. You just like you want to do something, but you just can't. Or maybe it's worse than that. Like you don't even want to do anything. You'd rather just drown in the quicksand. You just don't care. It just depends on where you are. But anyway, that's dissipating. We are going into a time where big changes will be coming into our lives. And that's scary and exciting all at the same time. Mars will be conjunct, meaning like they'll be like together. Mars and Uranus will be together in the sign of Taurus at 24 degrees on July 15th. And so where do you have Taurus in your chart? It's an earth sign. It's money, it's wealth, it's abundance. It's all the senses. It's laziness, it's stubbornness, it's happiness in some ways. It depends on what floats your boat. It's all the senses are engaged. It's all the senses. The best restaurants, the finest perfume, the greatest feeling in your clothes, getting your hair cut, just like all these ways that you can glow up your life. Glow, not blow. Glow up your life can happen when Mars goes like that with Uranus. Uranus, unexpected. Mars, action. So unexpected action. But it could be a good thing. It's not a bad thing. This could be good. This could be what we need to get us out of the quicksand, to move us forward. And I think that's why I'm starting to feel it, because I always feel the planets a little bit sooner than I think I will. Like about a week ahead of time, I feel them. And then we have Jupiter in Gemini, the planet of communication. Where do you have Gemini? Where do you have communication going on? Because wherever it is in your chart, you're going to have more of it, and it's going to be good and great and wonderful and expansive and the giver of good luck and good fortune. It's like Santa Claus. It's a good thing. And then we have the Sun in Cancer, along with Venus, the planet of love and beauty and wealth, luxury, the finer things in life. And we have Mercury, the planet of communication, all currently in the sign of Cancer. Now that will all be changing slowly, one by one. Venus, the Sun, and then Mercury will all be moving into the sign of Leo. So where do you have Cancer? Where do you have Leo in your chart? I'm happy to help you out. I am an astrologer. I love to talk about astrology. If you go to aprilbeam.com, that'll be listed below this video. Click on astrology, and we'll sit down and we'll have a face-to-face conversation, and it'll be recorded, and you can watch it anytime you'd like, and you will receive your natal chart and your progress chart and this whole PDF that I do with your numerology and everything. So you'll be able to have that and watch it as often as you'd like for as long as you like, because you get to own the file. My prices are quite reasonable, so I think that you'll be happy with the prices. And the hour-long astrology reading is not to be missed. This is something that I do for myself once a year with an astrologer. It's always good to have somebody else's perspective on your life and how the planets will be affecting you. So again, that's aprilbeam.com, and click on astrology. But with Ascension, though, unfortunately, there is not a map for astrology. I wish there was. I wish we knew when it was going to end, when is it going to go away, when is this going to stop. We feel like we're being punished. We feel like victims. We're so exhausted, we can't even be any more exhausted than we are. And we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, I hear you, I'm with you, I'm on that. I feel the same way so many times. Thank goodness for good days. And, it's really good to be able to work from home and do things on my own and work my own schedule. But for those of you that have to go out and go to work or raise a family, my heart goes out to you. I honestly do not know how you do it. I cannot even imagine. I think about it and I go, oh my God, I'm so glad that's not me. So my heart goes out to you. Just know that you're not alone, that it is lightening up. The planetary changes are not good or bad. They just are. And they affect everybody differently. And so as these things happen, you'll experience them differently. And I would like to say, look at them on the bright side, look for the optimism, look for the positive in any particular moment, because either way we have to deal with the moment. So we might as well look on the bright side. And I don't say that to sugarcoat this, but I just think life is a lot easier when we look at the glass as half full. And when the sun is up and shining, it's just easier. Now, certainly there are times where that's just not possible. It's just a lot harder. But I will say that there is another bright light coming, and that's on July 5th. We have a new moon, the sun and the moon at, I think it's 14 degrees of Cancer. And this will be bringing intuition, your feelings, your emotions. Definitely going to be a watery new moon because tears will flow. And depending on where you have Cancer in your chart will depend on how it will affect you, how you may be feeling. For me, this new moon is in the 11th house of groups and friends and networking and new people and new things, new. So new moons are always about starting something new. It's a brand new beginning, a fresh start, leap of faith. The Fool's card in the tarot, that's a new moon. And then on the 21st of July, we will have the second Capricorn full moon, also considered a blue moon, at 29 auspicious critical degrees of Capricorn. Now, this will bring some kind of completion or conclusion to that part of your chart. Where do you have Capricorn in your chart? If it's in the 5th house of creativity and sex and romance and children, pregnancy, fertility, something could be happening with creativity or children. If it's in the 5th house. If you have Capricorn in the 10th house, then it's going to be your career, your public reputation, how other people see you. If it's your 1st house, it's going to affect your body personally, because that's all about your body. And Capricorn is a hard worker. It's ruled by Saturn, the taskmaster, the authority, the school principal, the boss, the police officer, the military, rules and regulations. So some kind of completion, acknowledgement, or adjustment will be coming to fruition, coming to a conclusion, a closure at 29 degrees. Again, bringing that plane in for a landing on, that's the 21st of July, 2024, the blue moon, because we already had a Capricorn full moon in June. So this is the second one. That's very unusual. Very important part of your chart. So to find out where these things are going to be happening in your chart, click on the link below and then at aprilbeam.com and click on Astrology. I'm happy to fill you in, and we'll do this. We'll just meet this way, and you can have this recording forever and watch it as often as you'd like. So I just want to tell you, just hang in there. Things will get better. We will adjust. We will adapt. We will improve. It might be darker now because we're coming up to the new moon. Sometimes things are heavier, darker, more intense just before the new moon begins. It's like that old adage, it's always darkest before the dawn, that kind of thing. So always remember that whenever we're on any side of a new moon and or a full moon, it's always darkest right before that moon. Once we get to the other side of the moon, then it's easier. But leading up to the moon, it's harder. So please remember that. So I think that's all I want to say to you today. I'll try to post more often. I hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful July. And be good to yourselves. Be kind to yourself and to others. Everybody's really struggling. It's a difficult time. Take long, slow, deep breaths. Let it go. Because love is really the only thing that matters. Loving yourself and loving other people. That's really the only thing that matters. And I know that might sound a little, but it's the truth. The older I get and the longer I've been here, it really just boils down to that. Let things go. Don't focus on things that don't matter. And we think that it matters, but a year from now, 5 years from now, will it really matter? Probably not. So thank you so much for watching and enjoying, liking, subscribing. Positive, happy feedback would be great. Click the link, aprilbeam.com, for an astrology session. I also do life coaching and Reiki sessions and intuitive angel readings with you. If you go to beckonangels.com, you can see all of those options as well. So beckonangels.com or aprilbeam.com. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.